Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. For today's video, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to create these red jelly nails using Painted Dazzler's quick draw tips in the style XL Stiletto. These do include 504 pieces. The packaging has changed over time and it has upgraded way better, but I still have some of these left, so I'm still going to use these first. And so here's how the nail tips look. They're super long. They're not super sharp, but again, either ways, you either go back and just shape them up a little bit sharper, which is what I will be doing after. I'm not going to go over application in this video. I'm mainly just going to go ahead and go over the design. I do have a few videos that I have of doing my gel application, if you guys are interested in that. But here's how the apex looks. These are super long, which I love. Stiletto is my favorite shape ever, and I just love how they look. Next, now I'm going to go in and just reshape them, make the stiletto shape a lot sharper. And I'm going to go ahead and buff them and get ready for polishing application. And so here's how they look. Here you guys can see that there's such a big difference now. They're so much sharper, and overall they're really pretty and long. Using my dapping dish here, I'm going to go ahead and place 71% isopropyl alcohol. Using Born Pretty's red jelly color. This is the color 𝚿𝚛𝚘𝚍𝚗𝚎𝚍. Love this color. I'm going to go in and just apply one thin layer, cure for 30 seconds, then go in and apply a second coat and cure also for 30 seconds. Super pretty color. I absolutely love this color. I think I used this color so much that I was afraid I might have run out. Using this color 𝚖𝚎𝚗𝚍 by Aokitec. Then also using the color P107 by Pine. All these colors are a little bit translucent. Then using this base coat, I'm going to go ahead and create like a blooming effect here. So I'm using my base coat as my blooming gel. You guys can use blooming gel, I just prefer to use base coat. I'm going and just applying a very generous amount onto the nail. Using the color P107, I'm placing them onto my little paper here. And then the other color 𝚖𝚎𝚗𝚍. Again, I'm just going to place a little bit of that color. And now using this Boan petal brush here. It's a super small, thin brush here. We're going to just scoop some of that gel polish we laid there, and we're just going to apply that onto the nail. Make sure you do not cure your base coat at all, so it can do that blooming effect. Here I'm going in, just applying a little bit here and there. This design isn't really marble or anything like that, it's just a random design basically. And here I'm just going to go in, spread that around the way I want it to, tap here and there. And we're just going to let that basically bloom the way it wants to. Using the second color, I'm going to just place that in the middle. Again, these are just little minor details that I'm adding here and there. I think using one color you should be fine, but I personally prefer to use two. Again, here I'm going in with the darker color first. Scoop that up and just place that diagonally across the nail there. Again, after you have your dark color laid down first, on top of that color, we are going in and going with the lightest color. Now at the center of the nail, I'm going in again, picking up that darker color, and we're just gonna do like a little splotch in the middle there. It's just something random design. I believe I actually saw a picture on Instagram, and I kind of tried to recreate that same design that I saw on the thumb. But yeah, I'm going in just using the darker color first, splotching it around. Very random design. Here you guys can see it looks super pretty while it's just, spreading out and making that bloom effect. Super gorgeous. And then lastly, once you have your design and how it looks, I'm going in using the lighter now. And just place that little lighter color on top of that. And there's just, here you can basically tell the difference. But yeah, I'm just doing that, and then once I'm done with that, I'm going to go in and use this little thing here to clean up any excess gel that got on my skin. We want to remove that. Make sure you do not get gel on your skin. I cure that for 30 seconds, and using my No Wipe Top Coat by 𝚖𝚐𝚑, I'm going in and just applying a thin layer and curing for 60 seconds. On to the next nail, again the same color we used previously, 𝚖𝚎𝚗𝚍. One layer, cure, second layer, and cure. Once you have that, I'm going in with the Model 1's No Wipe Top Coat. I'm placing a very thin layer there, and we're going to cure this for about 60 seconds. Using this Pro Pigment powder here, we're just going to rub that all onto the top coat that has been fully cured. Once I'm done with that, we're going to go in with a brush here, and I'm just going to make sure that I remove any excess powder. Top coat that once more and cure for 60 seconds. Next, I'm going in and adding just one more thin layer of that BPJR06 color, which is the red jelly color, and again, top coat once more. Now onto the middle finger here, we're going to go in and just apply one thin coat of the same base color we've been using previously. Using these three colors here, we're going to go in and create a diagonal marble. And so here's how the colors look up close. This is the color 𝚖𝚎𝚗𝚍 by Aokitec, 𝚖𝚎𝚗𝚍 by Aokitec, and lastly the color P107 by by Pine actually, my bad. And lastly here we're using this pine petal brush again. I went ahead and cleaned it up, and we're going in just picking up that color, and we're placing the colors diagonally across the nail. So this marble here, it's not meant to be swirled around the way usual marble is. It's more like it's a little bit more of a, it's kind of just going in one direction, this marble, if that makes sense. So it's going diagonally. So I'm making sure I just place my colors like this first, however you like. Once you have your colors placed down in your little dab dish, you should have the alcohol already in there. And using the same brush here, I'm just going to go in and just grab some, remove any excess, and we're just going to tap, 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 and pat the gel polish we put basically on the nail. Pat it diagonally again the way it's laid down, the way we laid it down. So the marble is going, like I said, in a certain direction. We don't want it to swirl it at all. We just want to go ahead and pat it and make sure that it goes diagonally. If you want to add more color, if you're missing some colors here and there, definitely you can go back and just add that. And once you're happy with your marble, you can definitely go in and cure for 30 seconds. Here now I'm going to go in and place my top coat, then cure for 60 seconds. On to the next nail, we're going to go in and apply 2 coats, same color. Here we have our first coat, then second coat. So for this nail, we're going to go ahead and do an ombre and then do a glitter ombre. The first color we're going to be using is the color 𝚖𝚎𝚗𝚍 by Aokitec. These colors are a little bit translucent, so I do want to make you guys aware of that. I'm going in just placing some of this color 1/3 down the nail. Then without curing, we're going to place also some base coat onto our little paper here. You just want to use a little bit of base coat there. And I'm going to be using this ombre brush here. Place a little bit, just a tiny bit of base coat on there. This is how I get my ombres to kind of blend well. I don't like streaking. And placing your brush parallel to the nail and flat, and make sure it's straight, like I said, parallel. And lightly want to go ahead and just brush that upwards towards the cuticle area, just very gently. Just drag up. I know it seems like I'm doing it very heavy-handed, but it's just that I sped up the video. I went ahead and cured that, and now going halfway towards the nail, we're going to apply a second coat of that. Same method, just apply a little bit of base coat onto your brush. Literally almost nothing, just make sure you have some on there, but just don't overdo it. And again, place it parallel, drag a little bit upwards, very slight and small strokes. And then once you're done with that and you're happy with how it looks, we're going to go in and cure for 30 seconds. Now for the glitter, we're going to use this color by Aokitec. This is the color 𝚖𝚎𝚗𝚍𝚘. It's such a beautiful, beautiful glitter. It doesn't really have any color, it's mainly just glitter. So this is why I went ahead and applied a color under first. I'm placing it 1/3 down the nail first. And then I'm not applying any base coat on my brush this time. This time I'm just working with the gel polish itself. And very small strokes, we're going to go ahead and just pull that upwards towards the cuticle area, then cure for 30 seconds. I'm going to go in and top coat this nail, then cure for 60 seconds. Now lastly, on the pinky, we're going to go ahead and be applying 2 layers of the same base color we used previously in between each layer. I am curing for 30 seconds. So for this now here, actually we're going to go in and kind of create an aura effect that has been trending lately. Personally, I feel like it didn't really work out for me, but either ways, I think at the end of the day, I was actually happy with how it turned out. So I did not have any sponges or anything like that to create the effect. I went in the store. I went to multiple stores that day, and I was like, okay, I need sponges. I looked for some. There was none at the store, so I was like, all right, beauty blender my works. Let's just pick that up. I picked that up, and that is what we're gonna be working with today. So first, we're going in with the color P107. As you guys saw previously, I did spray a little bit of alcohol into my blender, my beauty blender here, so it can be a little bit moist. And then we're gonna go in and just slightly pat this onto the nail. Slightly pat it here and there, very small, and be very light with your hand as well. Once you have that, we're gonna go in and cure, and you can repeat this as much times as you need to. Personally, I feel like I might repeat it 3 or 4 times, depending. I don't think I showed it. I probably only showed it twice, but I did do it a couple of times. Here I'm going in with the second layer. Again, I cured first. And now using the color 𝚖𝚎𝚗𝚍𝚞 by Aokitec, I'm going to go in and just go in with my beauty blender, and I'm just going to apply it on a different section of that. I feel like maybe I should have cut this beauty blender up and made it little small squares, and maybe that would have worked so much better. But again, this was just like the first time me doing this. I ended up actually switching to a different brush later on. You guys will see. I feel like the beauty blender wasn't really doing it for me, and I ended up looking through my stuff and I found a brush that might have made it work better. But here I'm going in with the second coat as well of that same color, and I use the color 𝚖𝚎𝚗𝚍𝚞. We're going to place that onto our paper. Here's where I switched to the brush 𝚖𝚎𝚗𝚍𝚞 and the color 𝚖𝚎𝚗𝚘𝚗. Super pretty colors. And here's the brush I'm gonna be using. I'm not sure the name of this brush, but this brush is by Joe's Love. And we're picking up that lighter color first, and we're just gonna go ahead and just pat that onto the nail just like so. Just pat it and then cure for 30 seconds. Again, now I'm going with the darker color, and again same thing, just pat it onto the nail. Only in the middle. I'm going in the middle, working from darkest to lightest, you know. And yeah, once I'm done with that, I'm gonna go in and cure for 30 seconds. Let me know if you guys actually can tell the difference, or if you just feel like I wasted my time doing it, because I personally couldn't really tell anything at the end. But overall, I would still have done this design over again the same way I did it right now. Just instead of using the beauty blender, I probably would just stick to the brush. Now I'm going to go in with this reflective glitter top coat by Born Pretty. Basically it's just a glitter there. And we're just going to top coat the entire nail using this top coat here. Then cure for 60 seconds. Now using the color Laser Red by Savlon. This is also reflective gel polish here. We're just going to place a little bit of this color onto our little paper there that I've been using as my palette. Also using the color 𝚖𝚎𝚗𝚎𝚗𝚍𝚑. Again, this was the color that we used previously for the glitter ombre. Also going to place a little bit of that color as well on our palette. Then using this silver color by 𝚖𝚎𝚗𝚎𝚗. This is color K019. It's a silver glitter gel polish. As well, place it on your palette. And using this thicker liner brush here, it's shorter and thicker. You want to make sure your brush looks a little like this. And we're going to pick up the first color there. And we're just going to kind of just place that on the little cuticle area, going a little bit diagonally. We're only focusing on going up to the, right top corner. And we're just placing that diagonally only right there, on that little corner there. And we're just placing a little bit diagonally. These are just little minor small details that I'm adding to the nail here. I just wanted the set to pop out, you know. So I'm first getting my bases down. I want to make sure they're a little bit extra. I don't really like boring nails, to be honest. So yeah, I kind of figured out my style and nails and everything. So I have been working on that. Now I'm going on to the bottom corner of the nail there. and we're just going to place that now going left, so opposite of the other color that we did. I recommend you use one glitter first, and once you've had both sides done, then you clean your brush. Otherwise you're going to have to continuously clean your brush in between each color. So yeah, just work with the first glitter. I clean my brush. Now I'm going to go in with the second color. And then again, we're just going to place it again diagonally across there. We're just packing this right there. This just, like I said, it's just small little details that I like to incorporate into my nails. I like my nails to be a little bit more. So yeah, I'm just doing that. And then once you're done with that second glitter gel polish, we're going to go in with the silver, which I'm doing here. And yeah, I then went ahead and cured it for 30 seconds. Also, I do want to mention, in between each color, I'm not curing at all. I actually cured them all together at the end, so they can kind of just spread together, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna do here. Let me know how you guys have been doing this whole year. I think I was gone for like 1.5 years, about to be 2 years. I did go MIA for quite a while. I probably will make a video about that next time. But for today's set, I just wanted to go ahead and show you guys how this set turned out, and I just wanted to show you guys how to create it. I missed you all so much, and I'm super excited to be back. Here I'm going in with my top coat here. I'm applying just any top coat here, then cure for 60 seconds. So here's how our bases look. Super pretty. And now next we're gonna go ahead and get ready for chrome application. So for the pinky and the index, again, we're using whatever gel polishes, just because I'm gonna remove them either ways, so our chrome doesn't stick on the parts we don't need it to, you know. So that is why I'm first buffing. After you buff, go ahead and remove any excess dust there, and then go ahead and cleanse the nail using your isopropyl alcohol. I usually have mine in a spray bottle, and I use a lint-free wipe, and then I just scrub very well at the cuticle area, especially because once you top coat, that dust can just get in between there. So that is why I make sure that I remove that. I'm using makartt's rhinestone gel here. We're gonna go ahead and create this 3D design. I'm not too sure of the name here, but you want to make sure that you're going around the borders of the nail here. So you're just tracing that stiletto shape basically, and you want to make sure that you're making thick layers using this. The thicker, the better the design is going to turn out. I felt like it was a little bit thinner than I was hoping for it to be. So yeah, just make sure, FY, kind of just add a little bit more so you can have thicker, has a thicker look. Thicker, like I said, this makes this design stand out more. I'm going across there, just like so. And once you have that, you're going to go in and cure. I believe I cured this for 45 seconds. I feel like I cured it. And I'm going in rubbing that chrome powder. You can go ahead and add black gel polish and then top coat that and then add the chrome powder, but I feel like I didn't really want it that bold metallic look. But yeah, here's how it looks. I went ahead and just dusted it off and cured it for another additionally 20 seconds. Here we're going in with this gel paint here. This is super pigmented gel paint. I got this off of AliExpress, so if you guys are looking for really pigmented gel paints for your character nail design art, I highly recommend this brand. I'm also using this Aokitec brush here. It's not super thin, so I don't really recommend this one for character design arts, but the gel paint I do. You guys can see how pigmented this gel paint is. I believe they're $3 or so per pot, and they have lasted me forever. I bought, I believe, 3 colors with them, and they all are super pigmented. So here I'm kind of creating this just random design here. First, we're going in with the black gel polish because we're also going to do chrome powder here. So that is why I made sure to buff the nail and remove that shine first. Just going in and doing this, and then we're going to cure for 60 to 120 seconds depending, because when you use very pigmented gel paints, especially when it's black, you want to make sure that it cures. Otherwise, it sometimes would just basically not cure and it would just come off. So yeah, I'm just making sure I fill that in, and then we're gonna go in and cure. I went ahead and did that on the other end of the nail as well. Here's how it looks. We're using Model 1's top coat here. and I place them onto the palette using this Born Pretty liner here. We're just going to go ahead and just trace over that black design there. So we add a chrome powder. So I'm just tracing that design. And here I went ahead and tried out something because I was just kind of struggling with my chrome application. So I'm going to go over how I made it work. For this one, I went ahead and cured for about 40 seconds only. And look at how this chrome application looks. It's super shimmery. I do not like it. It's totally, it looks disgusting. It looks awful, to be honest. I just went ahead and removed that, and here's how it looks. Now I went ahead and did the same thing there. I went ahead and traced over and added my top coat. But this time, instead of curing for 45 seconds, I cured it for 60. And here you guys can see the difference. It looks much more metallic and so much prettier. And super, super amazing just by curing. So yeah, make sure you guys, if you guys are not curing it the correct way, then definitely do so. I'm going in and just applying some top coat just above the nail. I don't want to contaminate my gel polish, my top coat with that excess chrome powder. So I'm just making sure that I use a different brush from a different top coat to apply it. And I went ahead and cure that for 60 seconds. Onto our rhinestones, gems, which I really love to do. I went ahead and just placed a little bit of this makartt rhinestone gel onto my paper here, and using this bland petal brush, I'm placing some of that rhinestone gel, and I'm placing it directly onto the gem here. Once we have that, I'm going to go in and just use my sleight of hand lamp by Painted Desert and curing for 60 seconds. 60 seconds, I mean probably 15 seconds, and then go in your full lamp and then cure for 60. But yeah, just use that to flash cure them into place. Here's how I got my rhinestones to actually work with this rhinestone gel. I felt like so many people talk about how good this product is, but I usually would just place a lot of this onto the nail and then place my gem. But I noticed that my gems just would pop off, and I was just like, no, because then my nose would look ugly, you know. I really like gems. But yeah, here I'm going in and just applying it directly onto the nail. This is just because I'm adding the pearls. They usually don't pop off unless they're big rhinestones. This would pop off if I did it the same way that I'm showing you guys here with bigger gems. And once you are happy with that, we're going to go in and grab this Rosalind rhinestone top coat glue, and I'm using a chain here, and I'm just dipping the ends of my chain, place it onto the nail, and flash curing for about 15 seconds. We're not applying this rhinestone glue all over the chain just because I kind of wanted my chain to move up by it, so I'm only applying it to the ends here. Same thing with the other end. I went ahead and cut that up using some nail clippers, and again we're just going to go in and flash cure, then go in and do the full cure of 60 seconds. Here I'm using that same rhinestone glue gel by Rosalind, and I'm just applying it to little small crevices there so it sticks very well and our hair doesn't get stuck in between our gems, which is something I hate. Same thing, I'm going in and using this little heart charm. I'm just going in directly applying that. This here I'm using actually the makartt one now, and we're just going to place that and flash cure. So overall, what I suggest, this is just something I've learned to do. I don't know if anybody has done it this way, but that is usually what I do. I grab my rhinestones and stick it onto just apply it onto the back of that rhinestone, and then just place it into your nails. So a little bit goes a longer way. That is the way I got it to work. These rhinestones stayed on for exactly 3 weeks exactly. They did not pop off, and I just added just a tiny bit, so you don't need too much when using this rhinestone. I feel like a little goes a long way, so definitely try that out if your rhinestones are popping off and you don't know how to make that makartt rhinestone glue work. Just try it out and let me know how it works for you, because this is the only method that got me to make my charms stay. Same thing on this start here. I'm going in and just grabbing the liner brush, and I'm spreading that makartt glue around there first. Then I place it right on there, and then I did my flash cure, and then a full cure of 60 seconds in my bigger lamp there. I'm so curious how they look. Super, super pretty. I was really happy. Here it kind of, I don't know if you guys can see there, it's a little bit lifted, so make sure you press down with your finger. Or if you're wearing gloves, definitely do that. Or you can also just go in and fill it in again the way I showed you guys previously on the thumb. And yeah, that's basically it. Now next, we're going to go in and use this jump ring here, and I'm going in and just using these tweezers. I'm just going to open this here first. I couldn't grasp it for a second there. Just place it right in between my thumb and my index, and I'm gonna go in and open it. Just want it to sit on one end only. Same tweezers, you grab it and you just put it inside that little charm there. I will be linking every single charm I use. I will try to find every product I use as well and try to link it. If I don't link something, please let me know. I will look for it for you. I'm not about to gatekeep any of the products I'm using. But yeah, I'm going in and applying some top coat now. And then I'm going to top coat this now. And that is basically it for this design. Before I go, I do want to thank you guys also so much for being here, for supporting me. And if you guys are watching, if you guys are new here, hello, welcome. I will be uploading a little bit more than usual, but only my nails. I won't work with the brands as much anymore. I plan not to. But anyways, thank you guys so much for joining. Let me know how you guys like these nails. I also do want to say thank you guys all so much for 6,000 subscribers. Thank you guys also so much. I missed you guys so much, and I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. I hope you guys are happy, and I hope you guys are healthy. See you guys next time, and bye bye.